We're rolling. You want to give me an and action?
And action.
Nice. Testing. The mic's right here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today is a very exciting video. We have to talk about all the social media trends, Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube. We got to talk about these trends. Some of them we got to light on fire. Some of them we got to throw off a bridge, smother them in their sleep. Some of them are pretty cool. I'm kind of down with. Regardless, we got to discuss all of them. So let's get into it. Welcome back to my returning subscribers. And if you're new here, hello. Hi, welcome. Happy to meet you. I'm Maytel. We have a lot of fun here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You're going to have a good time. And it's free. It's free. So there's that. So a lot of these trends you guys have for sure seen. I've wanted to discuss these for quite some time because they have been making their way through social media, especially TikTok and Instagram. And I have seen a lot of hauls with some of these trends here on YouTube. So they're just things I really want to talk about. And let's just get right into number one. Number one, must go, must go to the Gia Couture Boots. Now, the Gia Couture Boots are the designer version of this trend. There have been so many versions and so many dupes of these trends. In fact, I even bought a pair myself from Zara. I later returned, and you guys totally agreed that I needed to return them. So I'm so glad that I did, especially because they just became so trendy, almost like a fad. Now, here's the thing with the Gia Couture Boots. I really do like them. I think they're super cool. The issue with them is that when these trends get so popular, it becomes like a fad. And there's a difference between a fad, a trend, and even a classic. Now, with a classic, it's something that is kind of like always relevant, always in style, just it's classic. With a trend, it's something that kind of can be carried over for a season or two or even three, but eventually it does die out. It's not a classic. And then with a fad is something that just comes and it goes in a flash. And it's kind of like just has its 15 minutes of fame. And I kind of feel like the Gia Couture Boots are kind of going in that direction. Like, I don't know how hot they're going to be in a season from now. They are just so much in the now. We see them on so many different Instagram videos, so many TikToks, and I also see them a lot on my ads on Instagram, like Instagram ads. I see so many different companies like making versions of this boot, and like it does look really cool, but don't get sucked into those ads because this really does seem like something that's a fad. As cute as they are and as cute as they look, it does seem like a bit of a fad. So I'm gonna have to tell you to avoid this huge social media trend, the Gia Couture Boots. Number two, I gotta give it to sweater vests. Now, this is a trend that I'm kind of like on the fence about. I don't know, do I love them? Do I hate them? The thing is, when I first talked to you guys about trends for 2021, I mentioned sweater vests, especially for the winter trends. And I said, I like them. I can appreciate them. I don't know if I'd like them on me because I just think they might make me look a little boxy because I'm very petite on top. In the end, I did try out a sweater vest that I really liked. I liked the vibe of it, but it's not something I'd buy so many of. Now, the thing is with the sweater vest is that it is very trendy. Do I think it's a fad? No, I don't think it's a fad. I do think it's a trend. I don't think it's a classic. I don't think in years from now, we're still going to be rocking sweater vests all the time. But I think it's just a very cool look right now. We're seeing it a ton on TikTok and Instagram and on YouTube, of course. It kind of just goes with that whole vibe that we've been talking about for a long time, which is like the grandpa vibe. We're seeing such like grandpa or granddad or mom or dad styles. Like there's so many things that have these names in it, like the mom jeans or the dad sneakers, the dad shoes. So this is just very much in that same theme, like the sweater vest, very much granddad, a little oversized, kind of like just like that old school vibe that's just come back. I like it. It's cool. I don't recommend you go crazy on this trend. Again, like I said, I don't think it'll last that long, but it is a crazy trend we've been seeing a lot on social media lately. Number three, combat boots overkill. I love a combat boot. I've talked about it in so many videos. I love them. I think I always will, because the thing is with combat boots is that even if a certain style of this boot, like a moto or a combat, like they kind of go hand in hand, not the same, but hand in hand, there's always some variation of this boot that's in style. So it's something that I always love and I always kind of incorporate into my wardrobe, right? We've just got a little too crazy with the combat boot. Like, how many variations of these boots can we see? And we're seeing so many fast fashion companies, especially those brutal Instagram fast fashion companies that are just pumping these boots out. They're like plastic, they're horrible quality, and I'm seeing them all over social media, not just in ads, in so many people's photos on Instagram, in tons of style videos on TikTok, and some of them really do look amazing. Like, some people's style on TikTok, absolutely amazing. But then there is this vibe on TikTok where it's kind of like a lot of girls do the same thing. Like, sometimes there's a lot of people that lack originality, and you see a lot of these like fashion accounts and they're all kind of doing a lot of the same style. You know, the combat boot with the baggy kind of flooded jeans and then the sweater vest. It's like, switch it up a little. A lot of like layered chunky jewelry and the armpit bag, of course. And it's just like, switch it up a bit. Like, it lacks originality. And so the thing is with these boots is that we're just seeing them copied and imitated so much to the point where it's just like, it's too much of the same. We need some originality. I don't know, just a thought. Number 4, I gotta give it to the armpit bag. Now, does anybody else call it the armpit bag? I don't know if it's called that, if I made it up, or if it's actually called that, but it's like those small shoulder bags. By the way, I happen to love them. I really do. There are some I could live without, and not just like the small little armpit bags, but also like the Prada crossbody reissue. I think can you make that into the armpit bag? It's like multi-use, right? So the thing is, again, it's just so much of the same. I mean, how many times have you seen while you're scrolling on Instagram that Prada bag? I mean, you've seen it in black, you've seen it in beige, you've seen it in pink, and you've probably seen it in blue. They've done so many colors of them. The most popular being black. We've seen it a million times. It's definitely all over TikTok as well. And you've probably seen it reviewed here on YouTube. It's just gone gangbusters. Now, not just that Prada reissue crossbody, also the Louis Vuitton multi-pochette, but less viral than the Prada reissue. But then there's also the little Prada reissue, the shoulder bag, and just the overall armpit bags, which again, I love when I see people rocking different ones, vintage ones, even the original versions of these bags, like not the reissues, or just like old school Dior's, old school Chanel's, old school Prada's, those old school Fendi baguettes. Like, those are the originators of these bags. And I think it's like 90s that came back. Before 90s, I don't know what era before 90s it happened, but I'm pretty sure it's like 90s or like early 2000s, and it's come back again. Like, it's very much 90s style. These bags are everywhere. I happen to love them. I just like a little variety instead of everyone doing that Prada reissue vibe. That's just my take on it. Number 5, I got to give it to oversized everything. Now listen, I am so here for this trend. I love me an oversized sweater, oversized jeans, or like relaxed fit jeans, oversized blazer. I don't know if I love the oversized on steroids. I mean, I've used this reference a few times now. You know, when it's like a little petite girl in a literal triple XL blazer. It's just like, it's massive, it's too much. But I do love like an oversized, maybe an XL instead of a triple XL. But we are seeing this a lot all across the board on social media. I think the way that I love this trend is different than how I'm seeing it, especially on TikTok. Now, the way I see this trend on TikTok a lot is just like an oversized blazer as a dress with a pair of those combat boots that we just mentioned and that Prada bag. So it's just like that whole vibe is like what I see on TikTok all the time. And just going back to that point of like lacking originality, because the truth is like, yes, you have multiple trendy things on. So yeah, technically you are on trend, but at the same time, you're just kind of blending in with the norm. You don't really stand out. You just look like, or like you're just following the trends instead of kind of like having your own interpretation of these fashion styles and your own interpretation of trends and your own personal style, right? So the blazers, the oversized blazers, kind of like as dresses with combat boots or even heels belted with like that multi reissue Prada bag. Like it's just a little overkill for me, but I generally really do like the oversized blazer trend. Number 6, see this so much on Instagram and TikTok, a lot on TikTok, is like a nude sweatsuit. So like a matching sweatsuit in nude or like just monochrome, like in that nude family, whether it's beige, blush, or tan. Like I see so much of those matching sweatsuits with like jewelry, the combat boots again, or the chunky dad sneakers. I see it a lot with the chunky dad sneakers and then the little purse again. But it's really all about these matching monochrome nude sweatsuits. I'm just over it. This is a trend that really needs to like be smothered in its sleep for real. And it's not that I don't like a matching sweatsuit. I think we can do a matching sweatsuit in moderation. We don't need to have 10 in our closet, and we don't need to all do it the same way. Little matrix sunglasses, chunky layered jewelry, chunky dad sneakers, and then the matching sweatsuit. Oh, and the armpit bag. Of course, the armpit bag. Can't forget the armpit bag. So it's just like a vibe I think we can retire. Am I right? Are we on the same page here? It's too much. It's almost like it's like a TikTok aesthetic, definitely carried over onto Instagram, and yes, here on YouTube too. I mean, I see a lot of hauls, see a lot of people showing their outfits of the week, and I've been seeing this. It's got to stop. It's kind of, I mean, the dad sneakers are over. The matching sweatsuits in a million different shades of nude, it's a bit much. The jewelry, the purse, it's like, it's cute for a minute, and then it's just like, move on. Or once again, have some originality with this vibe, you know? 7, huge trend. One that I actually like, shoulder pad tops, shoulder pads, sleeveless tops. Seen this everywhere. Definitely a vibe. I think this is very trendy, definitely not classic. I don't think it's a fad, but I do think it is extremely popular, right? So it's not something that I think will last for so long. So it's something that I suggest you not spend so much money on. You know, find like a more affordable option if you love this trend, and maybe don't buy one in every single color, maybe 1 or 2, because the thing is, it is really cool in the now, and I think we still have some time with it. I think it'll definitely be cool in a year from now as well. But I think after that, it'll kind of die down. It is very trendy, not so much of a fad, but definitely a trend, and it's one that I really like. Number 8, ooh, so big on TikTok and always has been the case on Instagram, which is scantily clad. Very scantily clad outfits. Now, there are some ways that I really like these looks and some that I really don't. Like, just no. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I really love a sexy vibe. I love a little, I don't know, do I want to say provocative? The thing is, I like sexy. I don't know if provocative is the word, but I like a sexy style without being like too, I don't want to say that's, definitely don't say that. Definitely don't say that. Without being too revealing. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's just too much. I mean, like, really trying to get views. We'll do anything for views. And like, you know, people will call you out in the comments. You might get views, you might, but you'll get called out in the comments. And is that the kind of content you want to put out? Maybe. I really do like a little bit of a sexy look here and there. I like to show a little bit of skin here and there, not all together. What's popular right now is the cropped cardigans with like a bra, a matching bra underneath, and you just rock the bra and the cardigan. So like, I kind of like that when it's done with like a relaxed fit denim on the bottom and like a simple shoe, you know? I don't love that look with like a super short skirt paired with it. I think that's like kind of less trendy. The vibe is just sexy. You know, another really popular kind of sexy look on TikTok and Instagram is like those wrapped shirts. So like open back and like wrapped in the back, or like a tie in the back, which I actually quite like. Again, not with a really short skirt, maybe with like, you know, same kind of idea, like something a little more relaxed on the bottom, even like a sleek skinny pant with like a split hem. Love that look. You know, it's really cool. It's just all about the styling. But the thing is, Instagram and TikTok, a lot of it is just for views and for likes and for clout to some degree. But I do like it in moderation. Let's talk jewelry, accessories, layered necklaces to be exact. This is something we have been seeing for a little while now all over social media. It's something that I really, really like. Again, like I think some people always take these trends too far. Like sometimes I just see people just like covered in layered necklaces and their ears are like stacked to the top on each side. And I think that everything can be done well in moderation with style in mind without taking it too far. I think that, you know, when we start seeing these everywhere all the time on TikTok, Instagram, and on YouTube, like some people, they just take it too far. Like they don't know when to stop. They just think it's trendy. So they just like pile it on and it's just too much. So it's something that I really, really do like when it's done like right with like, you know, a little sophistication, but, you know, not too over the top. So there is a fine line with this trend. Last but not least, and a trend that I really, really love, 90s everything. Now that's just a trend that's in fashion right now. But the thing is with social media is that social media kind of leads the way with these trends, right? So we kind of first see variations of all the trends that we're into on social media, right? That's how we see them. We see them on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and beyond. And of course, on the runways. It really goes from the runway through like an evolution into social media. It's overall 90s everything. I love this. A lot of outfits inspired by 90s movies like Clueless, Legally Blonde, Mean Girls. Like I love the 90s aesthetic, the 90s vibe, like just a lot of things that we mentioned here today, like just the oversized blazer, the little armpit bags, the sweater vest. Like these are all very 90s, a lot of Clueless looks, a lot of Mean Girl looks. Now Mean Girls is not 90s, it is early 2000s, but that's also such a trend on social media. So it's a lot of 90s, but a lot of also like early 2000s. So it's kind of like a mesh of the generations, like predominantly 90s for sure, but definitely elements of the early 2000s, right? You know, a lot of references to these movies, what I'd wear if I was Blair Waldorf, which is again, early mid 2000s and like trends from that era. And people are showing those looks on TikTok and Instagram. And then definitely Clueless, really, really big on social media. And just again, it's just that overall 90s aesthetic, that 90s vibe. It's a trend we're seeing across the board. And I think it's going to last. I think it's going to stick around for a little while because it's just so cute. Everybody loves it. And I think we're still going to be seeing it for a little while longer. All right, guys, that wraps up my list of all the really hot fashion trends right now on social media. Some of them I love, some of them I really don't. But it doesn't matter what I think. They're here regardless of my opinion. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what's your favorite trend that I mentioned here today and what's your least favorite trend. I'd love to hear from you because you guys know I always love talking with you guys in the comments. I love you guys so, so much, and I can't wait to see you really soon in my next video. So until next time, bye for now.
Cher, get in here.
What's up, Daddy?
What the hell is that?
A dress.
Says who?
Calvin Klein.
It looks like underwear. Go upstairs and put something over it.
Duh, I was just going to.